Before there was Scooby-Doo and its sequel, Garfield and its sequel, Alvin and the Chipmunks and its squeakquel, and Yogi Bear, and not to mention the soon-to-be-released The Smurfs. There was Popeye in 1980, the first attempt to bring a cartoon character into live action. Starring Robin Williams as Popeye. And why not? In those days, Robin Williams was basically thought of as a animated object who just shouts out funny lines anyway. Shelley Duvall as Olive Oyl. Paul Smith as Bluto. Ray Walston as Pappy. Paul Dooley as Wimpy. Oh, heck. Why don't you do the comparison if you think they fit the characters well? Do you see the similarities between the actors and their animated counterparts? Popeye was a well-known comic strip that quickly became a cartoon for years to come. Yeah, the small but tough sailor who was not afraid and never backed down from a fight. He always had these enormous forearms, and whenever he ate spinach, he became super strong. And that was always the grand finale. So filmmakers thought, why don't we make a live-action movie out of this? Robin Williams was already a hit on the small screen with Mork and Mindy. But like any other small screen star, they long to make it big on the big screen. And you think playing a well-known animated character and acclaimed director Robert Altman, who I'm really surprised did this movie because this is not a film he usually specialized in. If you've seen MASH, you know what I mean. What could go wrong, you think? Well, you know the story. Popeye goes to this Sweet Haven town searching for his Pappy. He rents a room with the Oyls, and that's the thing for their daughter Olive, who constantly wants nothing to do with him. Although we all think secretly she kind of likes him, but she kind of hides it. Yeah. And you probably know he gets in all these one thing after another. He has to deal with Bluto and other stuff, Wimpy, and when he finds Sweet Pea, who is a psychic. How do I know he can know things a couple of minutes before they happen? Now, how does this film hold up? Well, Robin Williams was a good Popeye. Well, he does his best to have the squinty eyes and Popeye's unique speech pattern. He even sells the bulgy arms. If you could sell that good, but there's just one thing. I don't think, as Popeye, he never said one of Popeye's famous catchphrases like, well, blow me down, or "Aka-ka-ka-ka-ka." Well, maybe he did, but I might have missed it. I don't know. Shelley Duvall is Olive Oyl. She was alright. I think at times she overacted, but I don't think she was all bad. And now Paul Smith is Bluto. Whoa, he was good. I gotta say, he was just this enormous, intimidating presence that you just... It's like the character just walked off the cartoon. He just looks the part and everything. Paul Dooley as Wimpy was pretty good. He definitely sold us that he was the character, and I think I think he watched enough of the cartoons just to have the character down pat. Ray Walston is Pappy, who's only in the movie for the last 40 minutes. Was pretty good as Popeye's father. He really tried to sell the squinty eyes and the unique speech pattern and all that. I mean, but isn't it ironic? Ray Walston was in My Favorite Martian, and Robin Williams was in Mork and Mindy. These two guys play father and son, and they both starred in a TV series where they both played aliens that roomed with a human. What a small world that is. What are the odds? Okay, what I didn't like about the movie, it didn't feel like there was much of a story being told here. Just Popeye getting into this and that. I mean, I know you don't expect it to be about Popeye searching for the meaning of life, but there could have been something more being told. And it tried to be a musical. And you know what? It failed at being a musical. As a comedy, it worked, but as a musical, it failed because none of the songs are not even catchy. Not catchy for a minute. Now, the songs in Grease, they were catchy. But in Popeye, they were just not catchy. There was nothing you want to jump out and sing to. And another thing I was disappointed with was the climax. I'm not going to give anything away, but I wish there could have been more of an epic battle between Popeye and Bluto. I mean, maybe that was originally what was planned from what I hear, but I think money was tight and they just went with a more cheaper version. I'm not going to say what that is. If you got to see the movie to find out. But all in all, I don't think this was not an all bad movie. Despite its flaws, it was still amusing. Amusing, yeah, it was, and I admire this as the first attempt to bring a cartoon character to life. Unlike cartoon characters today that are brought to life, some are okay, but some are just seem boring with its over the top CGI effects, I think. I don't mind CGI, but I gotta say when it goes over the top, it's just where it gets uninteresting. All in all, I think I give Popeye a 7 out of 10. Well, blow me down!